Hi, my name's Dov Bear. I'm speaking to you from my favourite park in Jerusalem. I was born in England, went to Manchester University, did philosophy, was a dance music DJ. Started looking around me at my society and I was like, this isn't really attractive to me. I don't want to be so materialistic. And so I went to the east, to Asia for 6 years, Japan, China, Korea, Thailand, India, Nepal. And I started learning martial arts and meditation, did many 10-day silent meditation retreats and fasting and all that type of world, and I really enjoyed it and I found it was very good for me. And eventually I actually came to Jerusalem and Judaism, and I started looking into Judaism for the first time, and I actually saw it on a much deeper and more beautiful and mature level than I'd always thought Judaism taught. And I heard this unbelievable story. I met a guy in Sfat and he grew up religious. He had a brother also religious, and when the brother was about 18 he was like, Judaism's not doing it for me. And I don't blame him, because most people, they grow up in a sort of Judaism which is a fearing God and very close-minded. So he went off, like many other Jews, to the east, and he found himself a guru. And this guru, his speciality was to see auras. Now everything in the world has an aura. It's a spiritual emanation, and in fact a Russian scientist called Kirlian has found out a way he can take pictures of auras. So you'll see a sick person has a weak aura and a very healthy person has a strong aura. Trees have auras, everything has auras, humans have auras. So the master, he was a master of seeing auras. One day they were walking through a field and my friend's brother picked an apple and he ate the apple. And the master stopped and said, "What did you just do?" So my friend's brother said, "I just picked an apple and ate it." He goes, "No, before you ate the apple you said something." So he's a bit embarrassed. He said, "You know, I'm Jewish and I was brought up, and before we eat anything we say a blessing." So I said a blessing before I ate the apple, and the guru said, "You don't understand what just happened. Apples, fruit, they have very big, beautiful auras, natural, growing, amazing things. When you pick a fruit from a tree, because you're cutting it off from its source, the aura leaves. You basically killed the aura, and then you eat it. I don't know what you said before, but whatever it was, when you said it, I saw that it brought the aura back to the apple." So my friend's brother was pretty shocked, and he understood once again what is a bracha, what's a blessing doing. It's showing appreciation, and it's bringing the apple, the food, back to its source. So obviously if you bring it back to its divine source, the aura is going to go back. And that's one of the reasons we make the bracha, not just to be conscious, which is amazing, not just to have gratitude, which is also amazing, but to uplift the food and everything we're putting into ourselves to a spiritual level in order that we can live very high and conscious and spiritual lives. So for me, this is a beautiful story. He actually left the guru and came back to Israel and became more observant again. And I found very deep and beautiful and real spiritual truths and spiritual levels in the Eastern religions, no doubt. But what I actually found was Judaism has it also in a very deep and beautiful way. And we say don't detach from physicality. We can be here and be conscious and uplift the physical world to a spiritual level. So what Judaism is teaching isn't that there's some angry man in the sky trying to punish us for not doing his stupid little rules. The Zohar, the book of spirituality and mysticism and Kabbalah, teaches us that the mitzvahs are actually called Eitzot, which means advice. It's advice on how you can reach your ultimate spiritual potential while still being involved in the world. And the path of Judaism is bringing God consciousness and spirituality within the physical world. Thank you so much.